Beautiful. Hello, hello. My name is Dana Lynn. Welcome to Thrive in 2025. New year, new you, health reset. This is a beautiful container of community for resetting any aspect of your health that you desire in 2025 to help you to thrive. So I am excited to be here. I've been a part of this community for 4 years, and it just keeps getting better and better. And so I'm delighted to share a bit more about what this is. I we're gonna, here's what's, this is a container where we have a very special giveaway. And so we will be giving away prizes. That prize is growing. So right now I can say that it's well over $100. So that prize will be of superfoods. And so we will be gifting superfoods to those of you who stick with us, who stay on camera, who engage with us. And all you have to do is register and participate in one of these Zooms for the next couple of Sundays in order to be added into the giveaway. And there'll be other opportunities, so stay close. There'll be other opportunities to get more opportunities to win, like throw your name in again and again and again. So I look forward to letting that unfold. Maybe Rachel can come on and share a little bit more about that. Sure, Rachel, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Rachel Balansat. I'm a regenerative health practitioner, clinical iridologist, Ayurvedic practitioner, and if anyone's here from the Healing Hashimoto's Naturally group, that's the group that I created. And we all help all the people in there as much as we can. So it's really great. And I'm so delighted to have all of you and see all these beautiful faces. And Nirankar, or Dana Lynn, is just this amazing wealth of information. She's just glowing. She's just like a perfect model of health. And wait till you guys hear her story. It's fabulous. And so yeah, like in order to, we really are excited to give this prize money away, and so you can like have a big discount off your superfoods if you want to join our reset. And I just want to say, participate, join in the chat, share what you want, what you're wanting to accomplish, like answer questions, just be involved, because these all help give you points towards winning the prize. And make sure you say who invited you. So there's like basically three basic things. You have to say who invited you. You have to say what you're looking forward to, and then participate as much as possible and stay to the end. So I guess that's four. So yeah, thank you so much. Excited to be here.
Yay. Um, just so I don't have to type this to you, Rachel, Kat's having a hard time getting in. Can you
I'll
just
help
reach
her out.
out to her and help her?
Yeah.
Um, Beautiful. Okay, a little bit about me. I worked in healthcare for 25 plus years as an exercise physiologist, and I have always been interested in the preventative part of medicine, that part of medicine where we don't need medicine. And so I opened, when I got kind of fed up with the healthcare system as it exists, I opened my own health coaching business where I focused on working with women. Love, love, love working with women. No offense, you men, I'm happy to help you too, but there's just something really magical that happens when we bring women together to witness and support each other. And in that health coaching business, I realized just how undernourished and overstimulated most of us are. over and that was actually me. I was kind of looking in the mirror with most of my clients. And so when I started my coaching business, I started to understand the value of rest, the value of being in nature for me. And then this absolute angel said, do you know about this company? Uh, Have you ever heard of da 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 of Purium? And I said, no. Why should I? And at the time I was like, I don't know. Like I'm a whole food gal. I have been a member of a CSA, a community supported agriculture farm, for 15 plus years. I love eating in season, real food from the earth. And why would I want to engage in this more superfood model? And what I realized I kind of said no initially. And then she and I were in this coaching program together, and we started talking a bit more. And I was like, wait a minute. This is all grown in regenerative soil. It's like they were part of changing the organic label with the US government. I was like, wait a minute. These are like this is an angel company on the planet. They're like really changing the world. And so I started to dig a little deeper. I was like, maybe these products have something for me. And what I realized, and actually I'm going to do something super corny, but I realized that in a busy life, to actually take this and put it in water and blend it and have oodles and oodles and oodles of nutrition, like in this 16-ounce container, I was like, oh my gosh, that could save me so much time. So I tried it, and I was super surprised at how good I felt. My knees, I mean, I was exercising a lot, but I couldn't exercise as much as I used to because my knees would start to hurt. My back would start to kind of hurt more than it used to. I was tired late in the afternoon. I really couldn't figure out, because I thought I was doing everything right. There. Okay, we're almost there. I thought I was doing everything right. And turns out, when I started having this absolute amazing nutrition in my world, I started to have even more vibrancy, feel so much better. My knees stopped hurting, my back stopped hurting. I slept so much deeper. I was so much more present to my daughter. I could hike mountains and do bike, go on bike rides with my husband without being sore the next day. I felt really strong. I felt really lean. And so I was like, there's something to this. So that kind of brings us to today. So I want to share my screen and talk a little bit about what this 90-day container is all about. It's, first of all, a community that holds you. So how many of you put a 2 in the chat if in the past you have focused on New Year's resolutions? Like, maybe you've gone beyond that now, but in the past you were like, okay, New Year's is coming. Put a 2 in the chat if you were like, it's time to change. It's time to do something different. And so what we do as a community is, I believe the value of this is about creating different habits so that the next new year comes around, you're actually a little further along and you have less habits to work with that need to be changed. You're closer to yourself. You have this grounded foundation within yourself that is so vibrant and vital that you're ready to go at a different level. So that's what I believe we have here. So I'm gonna quickly share my screen, and what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go over what this 90-day program looks like. I'm gonna go over the products. I'm gonna go over just a little bit about the company and what makes this amazing. And then we're going to hear from people that have experienced the 90-day program. And then there'll be time for questions, and we'll move from there. If you have a question at any time, please put it in the chat because I have angels watching out and they'll answer any questions that you have. If I don't see your question, someone else will that knows the answer. So, bless you. Um, I'm gonna share my screen. Let's see how this goes. Da da da.
You got this, girl.
I know. Ah! Okay. So first, before we go into this, I'm gonna click on one other thing. I hope this is the right. Nope, that's not the right one. Here it is. Nope, that's not the right one either. All right, Rachel and I changed plans. All right, so while I pull this back up, my apologies. Here it is. And this is gonna help me dive a bit deeper into the actual company. And at any time, there. Okay, now I'm gonna share my screen. There. Okay. Let me know you can
Yes,
see.
looks great.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so what makes this so different from another, so most people that are interested in looking better, feeling better, performing better, perhaps making more money in the new year, they often think of exercise and eating better or going on a diet. What we have here is flooding your cells with nutrient-dense superfoods so that what you start to experience is a deeper experience of yourself. And so eating differently begins to happen because your body's like, I don't want that anymore. And I want to move. I feel so good. I'm ready to move differently. I mean, how many of you have experienced that have been through this 90-day? Those two things. I don't want that. Put a 3 in the chat. Or I am so ready to move differently. That was what I experienced. So what I mean by the 1% highest, most potent food is that everything that comes from this company has literally been grown in soil that makes it healthier because your food is only as potent as the soil it was grown in. And so the reason this food is so potent is because there's been so much, literally 20 to 30 years of relationships with these farmers so that this soil is the highest density soil. And so what the product that comes from the soil has very high density nutrition. Not only that, but the reason that makes it so healthy and so fast is that it's juiced right at the farm within moments of it being picked. And then it's dried, wind dried, less than 88 degrees, so that the nutrient density is held. And then all you have to do literally is add water. And by the way, this blender comes with the 90 days. So it's so convenient. It's the fastest, healthiest food on the planet, saves you so much time. So it is very easy to get fruits and vegetables into your system. Now, one thing I really wanted to talk about before we move on from this slide is glyphosate. So how many of you put a 5 in the chat if you know what glyphosate is? And I'm actually going to just pull up the chat so that I can see it. How many of you know? Okay, so several of you do, some of you may not. Glyphosate is an herbicide that is used across the farming world, conventional farming world, so much so that it's hard for organic farmers to keep it out of their crops because it's already in the air and it's in the soil and it's in the water. And so it's very difficult not to have glyphosate infiltrated into our normal food system, even if you buy organic. So much of the organic produce that you have access to in the grocery store has sat there a while And so the nutrient, it's also been picked maybe early so that it can be shipped. So the nutrient density of even the healthiest food in our grocery store doesn't have the potency that this does. Now, the glyphosate is so widespread that it's, as I said, very hard to keep it out of our food system. And it's been shown within 20, like as soon as we're exposed to it, it creates gaps in the lining of our belly, creating leaky gut. And so it's deteriorating. It's essentially doing to our cilia, those fancy fingers in our gut, what it's doing to the crops on the on the farmland. So glyphosate, if you look it up, very widespread. And this is the only solution that I know of that has been certified by the Detox Project, that if you can look that up too, it's out of the UK, to remove glyphosate from our system. So it pulls glyphosate out of the system, helps the body eliminate it, and then starts to heal the tight junctions in our belly. So glyphosate itself is responsible for a lot of the increase in some of our disease states out there. And if you when you decide to join us for this 90-day, we will send you a free book called The Toxin That Came to Dinner, written by the owner of the company. And it's an ebook, quick read, and it will tell you all you need to know about glyphosate and why he does what he does. All right, so I'm going to move on here to the next. Oh, before I do, let me actually pull up this other. I want you to see. I want you to see what this looks like all in one place. Da, 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 da. Okay. There. Okay, when I talk about the 90-day protocol, this is the 30 days of this 90-day protocol. So of each 30 days, you're going to do 3 30 days in a row. And these are the products that are included, and these are all the products that I'm going to be talking about specifically. I've talked a little bit about the biomedic, but I'm going to touch on it again. And so this is what comes with your 30-day program, and then the next 30-day program supports the first 30 days. And so this is a really beautiful representation of so this is 2 meals a day, if you'd like. It is your muscle builder, your gut repair, your sleep, the sleep tonic, this that also detoxifies the liver and helps with the naturally occurring melatonin, and also zinc aid. How many of you are on a zinc product to help with immunity this time of year? This includes it all. The body, okay, this is actually, I really wanted to make sure I said this. This has been strategically formulated to support your system in these 6 different areas. So, so the body, when it has this support in these 6 different areas, it has its effect is exponential. And the fact that there's so much vitality in each of these products. So now let me go into each one specifically, and then we're going to hear some beautiful stories. Okay, so the shakes. So first, these shakes, as I said, are wind dried. They may help with energy, for sure they did for me. They also they will support the body in producing natural hormones that help with cravings. They will flood the cells so that the cells can help detoxify and let go of things they don't need. These shakes will satisfy your hunger and also help you to burn fat. So there are 5 different kinds of shakes, actually 3 different kinds, but certain flavors. They taste really yummy. And these are the core. These are your meals, 2 meals a day, and then you'll have one meal with your family, or one meal. Now you can also certainly have some food throughout the day. They're called flex foods, and we'll recommend what foods those are to continue to help your system detoxify and clear out the underlying causes of any dis-ease. Okay, so the next of these 5 strategically put together products is the Super Aminos 23. So there's so much research on these. I could talk a long time about them. They are really special in a lot of ways. And they help build lean muscle, they help burn fat, they may help with skin elasticity. If you're losing weight, helps kind of shrink that skin, and also help mental function. They're I love the fact that there's in the when the body eats protein, it has to break it down to amino acids. It can't use protein as we know it. And when we use this protein, the body uses it up to 99% of its ability to utilize the protein specifically. For instance, when you eat a chicken or something like that, and people think, oh, that's my protein for the day, but that the body's only able to uptake maybe 48% of that, utilize the protein of that. So these are very efficient. In 23 minutes, they're accessible to your muscles. Really high energy. Okay, Biomedic, this is what I was speaking about. This is your gut repair. So it helps detoxify glyphosate. It's been shown in a small research study to reduce glyphosate by 74%, and it reduces the C-reactive protein, which is the marker for inflammation, by 75% in 6 weeks. So this will help with bloating, digestion, and also immune response, because your entire immune system is in your gut. So then the Apothecary, this is an evening tonic. It's simply tart cherry juice. It tastes super yummy. So it may help to deepen your sleep because it has naturally occurring melatonin. It helps with free radicals, has antioxidants in it, helps to detoxify the liver, helps with skin glow, inflammation, reducing pain. It can be consumed all day long if you like, a little bit at a time, to help with digestion even further. So it's really, if you look up tart cherry juice, the benefits are widespread. And then this, so there's two, the only time you would not take this super cleanser is if you were pregnant or nursing. And then we have another option to add to your 90-day program. But the super cleanser is going to help to eliminate parasites, mold, yeast, fungus, and any toxins that are building up in the colon. So it helps with healthy bowel function. And you're going to take this after the body is allowed to absorb some of the nutrition. Then you're going to take this for 10 days, take 20 days off, and take it for another 10 days. So you'll take this for month 1 and for month 2. But it will come in month 1, and in your month 2 package, there will be no super cleanser, but you'll have enough to do your second round of parasite cleanse. So I'm going to stop my share. I'm going to stop talking for a minute and see if there's any questions out there. And then I would love to invite some people to tell their stories. Any questions? Okay. Rachel, is there anything you'd like to add? Sure. Okay. Okay. So first, I would love for Kat, are you ready to share your story with the group? I'd love for you to come off mute, and I'm going to pin you. And
I
Just
would love to
love being
share.
in community with you.
I love you. I love our whole community. I feel so immensely blessed and grateful. I knew I was gonna cry, but I didn't think it was gonna happen this early. I'm gonna stop. Nope. I mean, if it comes, it comes. But
Go
I
girl.
I just I I know that I would not be able to heal without the guidance of Rachel and without Purium, without this vital nutrition coming back from what I am is just it's pretty miraculous. And the gratitude I feel does this to my eyes. They just leak. So um okay. My story, you guys. Woo! All right. I've experienced psoriasis for 29 years since my teens. Shortly after a very traumatic event in my life, my body began um, experiencing psoriasis and psoriatic arthritis. At the age of 18, 17, 18, I had full-blown arthritis, and by 19, I was bedridden for the first time and told I'd be in a wheelchair by the age of 30. Um, they were wrong. I have been bedridden a number of times, and there have been moments where I have not thought that I would walk again, or I didn't even want to live for, extended amounts of time. Um, but that's not the case anymore because of this uh, incredible detoxification. My body has needed it so much for a number of reasons. I've had a lot of big pharma drugs in my body and a lot of what I think are some of the most toxic chemicals and drugs out there. And because of the severity of the condition that I've experienced, they gave me twice the amount of these drugs. I also used to take over 10 Advil a day for over a decade, about 15 years. I used to take opiates. I used to drink 5 to 10 drinks a day for about, I'd say, at least 10 years of heavy drinking. And um, my body just became more and more depleted, even though I primarily turned to healthy foods after a while. I mean, I was in the restaurant and wine industry for quite a long time. So that was just a part of my lifestyle. And I got really, really sick because of the biologics that I took. And again, turned to Big Pharma and had a ton of antibiotics, which also have glyphosate in them. And I didn't know about the power of detoxing and of deep nourishment then. So I was just depleting my biome, and my body got worse and worse and worse. And this last year, I my life exploded and became very stressful. And um, I, in addition to that stress, I was drinking water that had mold in it. And I was drinking that water for about 10 months. There was a water kiosk where we buy water from, and it destroyed my system to the point of my body just completely deforming. My spine and my neck, my back, my shoulders, but really everything, my hands, everything. But it really started at the spine. But the pathogens in my body have taken it, they took it down. And Purium is helping me clean it all up. It's helping me in ways that I've literally dreamed of for most of my life, more than half of my life. I'll be 40. I am 45. I just turned 45 recently. So, and I feel better than I did. It's been a long time since I've felt this good, and I'm healing. Um, what Purium has done for me, like introducing the super aminos. I was taking them 3 times a day. At the beginning of June, I was 89 pounds. And the super aminos helped me put muscle on my body when I still wasn't able to walk. I was still drinking that water that had mold in it. I didn't entirely, I mean, I intuitively knew, but I didn't really have a choice. It was what was at the house that I'm at. And I went from 90 pounds to 100 pounds in a month when I still wasn't able to move because of these super aminos. And detoxing the mold has been massive. My ability to be able to communicate has improved dramatically. I was experiencing massive depression, and that is gone. Um, Brain fog, like I wasn't able to do much anymore. Like I felt like a shell of myself. And I feel like Purium has given me my life back. And it's not even just the products, it's the community, it's the community support, it's the love and feeling seen by people and celebrated by people. And, my family, this is so far from what my family is into, and they eat what I call muggle food all the time. And if I have a little bit of conventional food, muggle food, my body freaks out and shuts down. Um, it, it just depends on what I'm consuming and what's going on in my life. But generally speaking, I have to eat clean. I get to eat clean. I get to support um, with these superfoods and the whole protocol and detoxing. I get to support die off of pathogens and of toxins with the diet. And that has been absolutely life changing and game changing, all of it combined. Um, and I just want to continue to move forward with this. I feel like this is the best kept secret, and at the same time, it shouldn't be a secret. I want to shout it from the rooftops. I want everyone to know that they can come back from anything and everything if they do the thing and take the things. It's available. Like I would call Purium as my medicine. It is. And I would not call Big Pharma medicine. I call Big Pharma a Band-Aid. And it's not a solution. And that's, I would, if you are taking anything, it's totally okay. There's no judgment whatsoever. I took a lot of things. I also know what those things did to my body in the long run. And that my journey has been a lot more hard and a lot more painful because of some of the choices I made in the past. And I wish I had Purium 20 years ago, 29 years ago, when I really actively was starting to look for solutions, 27 years ago. I wish I'd known about it then. Um, it would have saved me a world of hurt. And at the same time, it's really cool and powerful to see what my body can come back from. It's like I've been the scientist, and now I've been the science experiment. My body has felt like a science experiment for a lot of my life, and now it feels like a miracle. It feels like it's coming back to life, coming back online and waking up and starting to heal. You can see a little bit. This hand used to look more like this. That's super deformed. And
Mm.
it's like cellularly regenerating by way of diet, nutrition, and detoxification. These brilliant regenerative superfoods. And
Thank
yeah,
you so much, Kat.
thank you.
So thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for showing us your beautiful hands. Yeah, you're
Thank
getting lots of love in the chat.
you. Thank you.
Beautiful.
And then the next big, like I actually need the business aspect as well.
Mm.
That's,
Mhm.
and it's like, I want any of these products every month. And this container is such a blessing because I feel so much more motivated and driven and committed and accountable, and when we're in community cleansing together. And the business aspect is, it's like I've been sitting on a gold mine and I'm like ready for that next step. I'm like, let's just heal together and or transform our lives and our bodies together and make magic happen. Like that's really what I want.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. Let's make magic happen. Yay. Beautiful. Well, I would like to invite Mary Kate on, and I'm going to show a picture of Mary Kate while she gets going here. So glad you're here, Mary Kate. Sorry, there we go. This is Mary Kate on the left, right here. So beautiful.
Yep, that was me. Just earlier this year, actually. And in May, I wanted to lose some weight. I've been wanting to lose weight for 40 years. I mean, I've been doing whatever I could and it didn't seem like anything would work. Was doing the keto diet and I actually ended up in the hospital with a bowel blockage. And I don't want to ever experience that again. And I hope nobody else does, but I knew that whatever I was doing wasn't like, I didn't know what I was doing. My friend Rajni introduced me to the superfoods and I thought, I'm just going to go all in and do the protocol just like it's laid out, and I'm going to commit to myself. Like I want to be healthier. I had, my knees would ache. I'm actually very active, but I didn't feel as good as I wanted to. So I started in May, and by July I have let go of 35 pounds. And it was like pretty amazing because it just started coming off when I started using the 2 shakes a day and then 1 healthy meal and exercising. I just, did my regular walking and my other things, but I really wanted, like this energy that I had was pretty amazing. I can't even describe how much energy I would have. Wanted to start running, but I just am so happy with the results, and I'm continuing to use the superfoods, and I encourage other people to give it a try and do it as the program is laid out because it really worked for me. And now I'm going to the gym and toning up more and just feeling as good as ever. And I also have to say, I do notice that over the holidays, I did consume more sugar than I have been. So I'm noticing parts of my body that are telling me what I've consumed. But I know what I need to do to get back on track. And the apothecary is really great for the inflammation and cutting out the sugar, and my body's responding rather quickly. So I'm learning so much more about myself and noticing so much more and tuning in. So, yeah.
Beautiful. This is what I absolutely adore about this program too, is that aspect that you just shared, Mary Kate, that we learn so much more about ourselves, about what we feel like, about who we are, about the details of our own habits And this really opens the door for us to understand the messages that our body's sending us. And it's always a litmus test. Like if you decide to, eat something, your body's going to tell you and you start to really feel it. So I thought we would hear from one more story. I would love Gleneth because you have a very unique story. I would love it if you would tell us your sleep apnea story just quickly, and then we'll open it up to questions before we close this out.
Yeah, can you believe I've been doing this for 10 years now? Over 10 years. It's amazing. You can almost take it for granted. And generally, I've stuck with it. 2 shakes a day. It doesn't get boring for me. I love the simplicity. Anyhow, I'm almost 73 now, and I amaze myself sometimes how much I can get done in a day, physical labor, you name it. But it didn't start that way. Yeah, I was very disgusted with my health, my weight. I had a huge gut. I had sleep apnea and also hypothyroid. That all changed pretty quick. I dropped 45 pounds or 40 pounds by the 3rd month. The sleep apnea from my test, I was 1 breath from normal the 1st month. Dropped 7.5 inches off my gut. And, I've really been up and down a lot of my life with my weight, but yeah, it was getting pretty low. I was working a lot of hours at the time and had a lot of things I wanted to do nearing retirement. And, for myself, I'm an artist and to build a studio and do things, but I wasn't feeling very zestful. But once I got on this, yeah, I was able to do quite a bit more. And it's just changed my whole life. Yeah, I don't have sleep apnea, I don't have hypothyroid, and feel pretty impressed and blessed with the energy and how I feel usually. I kind of messed up this Christmas and probably picked up more weight than I have yet. When friends invite you over and have food everywhere, I'm not one that, will not eat when a guest invites me to something. So anyhow, but I know what to do. I'm excited about doing my 10-day and getting back to where I should be.
Beautiful. Thank you, Gleneth. Thanks so much for sharing your story with us. And I would love to introduce Rachel to come back on and close us out.
Hello, awesome. So great to hear you share about all that. I wanted to just reiterate for anybody who hopped on last that we are doing a giveaway, $125, plus anybody who wants to join our 90-day reset. We also have a 25% off coupon. So anyone can get 25% off of these superfoods. Just let us know who invited you so we can get you back to them and they can get you your coupon. And I would love to just say that this has been incredibly transformative in my life. I'm just curious, is anyone here on the Zoom from the Healing Hashimoto's group? I kind of posted in there last minute. Oh, awesome. Okay, great. So yeah, it's hello. Oh, hi, Tara. Tara is new. She just started. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Tara, do you have any, do you have any, not to put you on the spot, you don't have to talk if you don't want, but I'm just curious if you have any wins that you'd like to share.
Oh my gosh, yes. First of all, Rachel, I love you so much. You have
Aw.
saved me. You are there for me. You feel like a friend, even though I just met you. You always help me through the
Thank you,
toughest of.
honey.
It has really been tough.
Aw.
I have Hashimoto's. I had hypothyroidism for over 20 years, and about 3 years ago, I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's. And it just progressively has gotten worse. I've had a hip replacement. My other hip felt like it was going to need the same thing. I was to the point where I was having hives and rashes all over my face, neck, and chest. I had been on the AIP diet for 4 months, and it just seemed like it wasn't working. It was working, but then it wasn't working. So I felt better, and then it just seemed like I would have reactions to things that were supposed to be on the diet. I would still have reactions to them. And then I reached out to you, and ever since then, because of shipping, for some reason, I was off the shakes for 3 days, and oh my gosh, there was, I never want to be without them again. I want to have some backups just in case. I felt terrible. And I didn't even really eat bad. All I ate was some red potatoes, and my face was swollen. My body hurt. It felt like my head was floating on top of my body.
Wow.
It was wonderful to get them when they came in the mail. It took one day and I was back to normal.
Hey.
So thank you,
Oh,
Rachel.
one day and you're back to normal.
Yes, one day of having them everything back in my system, and then I was back to normal. So I believe in them. I am amazed at how well it works, and I appreciate you for always supporting me.
Oh, thank you so much. And that reminds me too, because what's happening here, you guys, is we are doing a health reset group. And so we're going to have a Telegram thread. I have cooking shows that I'm going to share with you guys. You're going to have weekly support. Like, you're not going to be just trying to figure this out by yourself. And sometimes we need accountability, right? I don't know about you, but if anyone's like me, I'd love to hear. I show up when there's people. Like, if I'm going to do something, I have to invite someone else. Otherwise, I might not show up for myself. And so, like, I'm like that about sometimes even getting out of bed. Like, let me just get on the phone with a friend or something like that just to get my day started. So anyway, I'm such a people person. And even if you're not, you'll have an opportunity to be in a group and like what you can be a fly on the wall and just watch other people share their transformations like Tara just did, share their wins as they're happening, be able to talk about like what's challenging for you, be able to talk about like what is it that I really need support with right now. We've got meditations, we've got yoga, we've got all kinds of things in our Facebook support group that you can plug into, and we're going to start together mid-January. So we're gonna encourage you that if you want to join us, that you want to get your pack before the end of this year. And there's so much value built in. We don't only just, the pack is like part of the protocol, but what we're going to do is we're going to share with you like really great ways to eat that are going to, because you can eat, somebody asked if you're only eating shakes. We're not just living on shakes. These are part of it. You've got your vegetables, fruits, and proteins in the products. And then food is just a plus so that you can enjoy eating, because everyone loves to eat, right? So whatever you eat is just a bonus. It's not like, you can live off this stuff, but you don't have to. But a lot of people are like Tara, and they find that they want to because they feel so good. They're like, I don't ever want to stop. And that's what happened to me. I had Hashimoto's, autoimmune disorder of the thyroid. I was sick for 9 years, laid out, tired, unmotivated, didn't want to work, just sick as hell. And then I found this protocol. And within a couple weeks, I perked right back up and I was like, oh my God, I was sick for 9 years and it only took me 2 weeks to feel better. That's nuts. What is it? What is it? And so here's the thing I want to say, because I think probably most people feel this way in the beginning, which is like, oh my God, do I have to give stuff up? Like, who's afraid of giving things up? Ooh, chocolate, coffee, oh, whatever, wine. Okay, so let's be honest. Okay, my thing was cookies. I like chocolate chip cookies and I love potato chips. And those were like I don't know if I can like let go of those things. Okay. And here's what I love to tell people is that there's two obstacles. One is that, oh my gosh, I have cravings. There's no way. It's going to be so hard to give up these things. And first of all, here's what I always tell everyone. You don't have to give up anything. Okay. You can keep those things in if you want. But what's going to surprise the heck out of you is that as your system becomes more alkaline, you will start craving alkaline foods, which means those sweets will be too sweet for you. Wine will be too something. It'll be like too tart. Coffee will feel too bitter. Your taste buds are going to change, and the things that weren't healthy for you in the first place will start to taste bad to you. I had somebody say like coffee tastes like battery acid, and on top of that, I have so much energy. Coffee now gives me the jitters. I can't even deal with coffee. It's too much energy because our body normalized or regulated. So it's really incredible. I just want to say that like this is something that is literally life-changing, and that it's going to conquer cravings, which was the first obstacle. The second one is habits. Well, maybe you have a habit, right? And you're just like, I love this. I enjoy my coffee. I don't want to give it up. This is part of my like feel good routine and my self-care program. You still don't have to give it up. Like I said, just let this do the work for you. This is just going to make you feel good, and then things will start to fall away. And what I found that is like foods like sugar used to give me the sugar blues immediately. I would like immediately be knocked out for days. I'd be like, sugar? Okay, that's it. I had cake at a wedding. I'm gonna be flat out on my back for the next 2 days, bloated, constipated, all the bad stuff. And then now that I do this most of the time, I like pretty much live, I have at least 2 shakes a day for like the last 10 years. I've been healthy for 10 years, Tara, okay? Keep that in mind. I was like you for 9 years. And then now I've been healthy for more than you've been sick, or more than I've been sick for 10 years. So it's really incredible the energy this gives you. I went from couch potatoes, sleeping all the time, to becoming a champion bodybuilder. Okay, that's how much energy this gave me. My light turned on. So this is what's possible. That's why we're called Team Alchemy. You know, the Philosopher's Stone, meaning turning lead to gold. That's what we do here. We turn lead to gold. We turn Luddites into energy bunnies. So anyway, I just want to say, there's so much value. Again, we're gonna have a group. We have a Facebook group. We have a Telegram group. We've got a and all this is free. All this is included. You just get your pack. You get your 25% off discount. It's like $13 a day. It gives you 2 meals plus all of your supplements twice a day. I saved at least $400 a month doing this because this was my groceries. And so this is like 60 of your 90 meals. So it's a great way to save money. So in the new year, if your goal is like, I'm going to save money for the new year, this is going to help you do it. This will literally help you save hundreds of dollars every year, every month on the groceries. So that is what I've seen over and over and over again as people save money. So we're creating a community. We're starting together mid-January. Definitely get your products before, as soon as you can, so you can get started and start feeling amazing and be healthy by the new year. I want to say, if you haven't mentioned how you came here, please put it in the chat so that we can all know how you arrived and who invited you, and we can connect you with whoever your person is. And make sure you also get a $50 gift card. No matter what, you're going to go away with like a $50 gift card on whatever you want to do when you leave here. So look at chips, coffee. I'm looking at all you guys, and we're going to be giving away a prize at the end of next week. So next Sunday is our second Zoom before we start our transformation together. So if you want to invite people next week, you can. And again, and if you invite people, you get even more points. You get even more bonus points towards, because it's based on points, and then we're gonna take a wheel and we're gonna randomly enter names in, and then your name's gonna be entered more times if you've participated, more times if you've invited somebody, and just in general, just participating. And also share with us why you want to win, because that also counts. If you want to share with the person who invited you why you want to win, that's gonna help as well. So I think we wrapped it up. We're gonna stop the recording. If we want to stay on and ask questions, you're welcome to. But I love you all, and I'm so grateful. Thank you to all of you who have taken your lives into your own hands, transformed your life, and have now started transforming the health of others. You are awesome.